Thank you very much. Senator Marshall.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. Let me just clear my voice just for a second here with some delicious whole milk. The greatest drink known to mankind, known to humankind. And my big concern with these new WIC guidelines coming out is they're decreasing by 8 quarts the milk per month for breastfeeding women. I just remember my grandma, the greatest nutritionist of all time, saying that milk was so important for breastfeeding moms. And guess what? As an obstetrician, I learned the same thing. So I'm concerned about the WIC guidelines. I'm concerned about the fact that whole milk is not in schools. The skim milk just simply doesn't have the good taste. We're going to have a generation of men and women with osteoporosis a decade sooner than a generation where we were all raised on milk. Whole milk, by that. And by the way, did I mention it's good for absorbing fat, soluble vitamins, A, D, and K? Chocolate milk, it's better than no milk, but the whole milk is the key. Okay, so on to SNAP.
Let me just note that you did not share this with the whole committee. So
The milk, I tried to get it in here, but they wouldn't let me, Madam Chair. They wouldn't. I would love to. Okay, on to SNAP. I want to make it clear, I want every person in America that's in need, that they get food. They get the food. I don't want kids going hungry, that nutrition is so important. From preconception to the pregnancy, it's also important. But the SNAP budget is impacted by inflation, just like families back home are. So we have groceries that are up at least 18% over the past 2 years. So our food inflation since January 2021 is up 20%, but the SNAP benefits have went up 50%. So I guess my question for you, Madam Secretary, is why are SNAP benefits outpacing inflation, and where was the congressional authority to increase spending beyond inflation?
Senator, first let me say we agree with you on increasing dairy consumption, and we actually believe the WIC food package alignment is to the dietary guidelines, but we are trying to make the package more responsive to what parents are looking for, more flexible, more options. So cheese, yogurt in container sizes that parents want, which we think will increase overall redemption of the dairy benefit. And look forward to, the reg is out, our proposed rule is out, comments due on Tuesday, so please give us your comments. With respect to SNAP, I think there are a couple of layers in there, so thank you for giving me the opportunity. SNAP benefits are adjusted each year on October 1st to reflect food inflation so that the program doesn't lose purchasing power each year. Almost all of our food programs do that, and we really thank Congress for building in that automatic adjuster so that the purchasing power doesn't decrease. So that was one of the changes. The other change would, of course, be the Thrifty Food Plan adjustment that we talked about earlier in the hearing, where because our estimate of the cost of a healthy budget-conscious diet went up by 21%, and that translated into increased SNAP benefits. So that was also part of the increase. And we did that reevaluation at the direction of Congress from the 2018 Farm Bill. The rest of it, I'd have to, if it's okay with you, we'll take a look with your staff and sort out whether participation or other factors were part of those increases.
Great. And I just want to emphasize that mainly because of inflation, SNAP was spending $65 billion a year in 2018-19 frame to $110 billion. So inflation for groceries impacts everybody, including the federal government. I want to turn just for a second to some of the states are not following the requirements for exceptions to getting SNAP, the working requirements. In fact, 18 states are currently using waivers despite their unemployment being below 6%. 10% of SNAP recipients are able-bodied adults without dependents. So why isn't the USDA enforcing the law? Why aren't they? Why are we letting these states get away with this waiver when they don't qualify for it?
Well, I probably didn't say it clearly earlier, but Congress suspended the 3-month time limit or the able-bodied adult work requirement for the duration of the public health emergency. So that's what's going on now, and we have been working fairly aggressively with states to ensure that they are reapplying reinstating the law when that time limit suspension is over. The rule is incredibly complicated, and we often see individuals who should be exempt from it falling prey to it. And, just let me spend a moment underscoring this rule applies to veterans, homeless individuals, a 19-year-old who's just aged out of foster care and might struggle to find work.
So again, I want everyone that we have to prioritize who gets the funding for the food. I don't want anyone to go hungry, but when we have 7 million able-bodied men between the ages of 25 and 45 that aren't working, potentially qualifying for SNAP benefits, it just doesn't seem fair that there are people on the other end of the spectrum that truly need the help when there's so many open jobs in this nation. I think it's time to get rid of the waivers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senator Booker.